Have you ever felt like certain people in your life, whether neighbors or family members, are subtly draining your peace and energy? Imagine having the tools to protect your well-being while navigating these challenging relationships gracefully. In today's video, we're diving into practical strategies that will empower you to handle difficult neighbors and family members who may be crossing boundaries, disrupting your tranquility, or even impacting your health. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to set firm yet respectful boundaries with those around you, allowing you to create a more peaceful and fulfilling environment. We'll explore the 3 types of neighbors and family members who can cause unnecessary stress, showing you exactly how to preserve your personal space and emotional well-being. Stay with us, because we'll share powerful insights on maintaining a harmonious lifestyle without shutting people out completely. Plus, we'll reveal essential tips on setting boundaries in ways that encourage respect and build stronger connections with those who truly add value to your life. Whether you're dealing with a nosy neighbor, an overly dependent family member, or simply seeking inner peace, these strategies will equip you to navigate any relationship without compromising your peace of mind. So, make sure to watch until the end to gain the full benefits of these life-changing insights. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Part 1. 3 types of neighbors to avoid. As we grow older, the meaning of home deepens. It's no longer just a place to rest our heads, but a true sanctuary, a retreat where we feel safe, respected, and at ease. After years of investing energy into careers, raising families, and handling all the unpredictable turns life throws our way, the yearning for a calm, secure, and serene environment becomes not only desirable but essential. Our home transforms into our refuge, a place where peace should always be a guarantee. Yet, while our homes may be our sanctuaries, we cannot ignore the impact of those around us, especially our neighbors. The connections we share within our neighborhood can either elevate our sense of belonging or, unfortunately, disrupt the very tranquility we cherish. Some neighbors become cherished friends, offering companionship and a comforting presence. Others, however, can bring stress, disrupt daily routines, or stir up tensions that undermine the harmony we've worked so hard to maintain. For older adults, especially those aged 55 and above, understanding and managing challenging relationships with certain types of neighbors is crucial for preserving one's well-being and mental peace. In the next section, we'll delve into 3 types of neighbors who, whether knowingly or unknowingly, can introduce discord into our lives. Each type brings its challenges, and recognizing these behaviors can help us navigate these relationships thoughtfully and protect our personal space. By doing so, we can sustain the peace we hold dear, ensuring our homes remain the sanctuaries we deserve in our later years. 1. The gossipy intruder. The first type of neighbor you should genuinely watch out for is the notorious gossipy intruder. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill curious neighbor who wonders about the neighborhood happenings. No, this is someone who goes to extreme lengths, prying into personal matters that should remain private. This neighbor's curiosity often feels more like an invasion, a relentless quest to uncover the most intimate details about your life, from your family matters and health issues to financial status and personal habits. It's as if no detail is too small, no boundary too sacred for them to cross. What's worse, it's not just about what they know. It's about what they choose to share. Often, the details they spread are laced with exaggerations or twisted truths, creating a ripple of rumors that flow through the neighborhood like wildfire. Such gossip can be devastating, leading to misunderstandings, unnecessary scrutiny, and even conflicts that disrupt the harmony of the community. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we grow older, our desire for privacy, peace, and a secure environment becomes more vital. It's not just a preference, but a cherished necessity. The gossipy intruder disrupts that sense of tranquility, turning even simple routines into nerve-wracking events, as you may find yourself wondering who's watching or what story they'll spread next. This invasion not only undermines your personal space but can shake the very foundation of comfort in your own home, which should be a sanctuary of calm. Philosophy of distance and boundaries. Navigating the gossipy neighbor. Dealing with a gossipy intruder is no small task. It demands a careful blend of courtesy and assertiveness, a kind yet firm approach. First and foremost, practice selective sharing. Keep your conversations light and impersonal, sticking to safe topics like the weather, neighborhood events, or general community interests. If they press for more personal information, respond with vague, friendly remarks, or subtly shift the conversation to something more neutral. Additionally, don't hesitate to set physical boundaries. If they show up at your door uninvited, politely excuse yourself, signaling that your space and time are not to be intruded upon. It's about protecting yourself while still maintaining civility. You can be approachable without being an open book. Over time, this gentle yet consistent approach can help the gossipy neighbor understand that you're not interested in being the subject of their next story. Gradually, they may shift their focus elsewhere, realizing that your life isn't open for discussion. Remember, safeguarding your peace isn't about isolating yourself from the community. It's about taking control of what you share and with whom, ensuring that your precious sense of serenity remains untouched. Peace of mind is priceless, and setting boundaries is a powerful way to protect it. 2. The interested neighbor. This next type of neighbor, the interested one, is a character that subtly shifts relationships toward personal gain. They can come across as welcoming and even charming at first, drawing you in with a friendly demeanor that suggests warmth and genuine sociability. Initially, their actions might feel heartening, like the beginning of a real connection. But as time goes on, the true nature of this relationship often becomes clear. Their kindness is conditional, tethered to what you can provide for them. The interested neighbor might frequently request favors, asking if you could pick up their mail while they're away, water their plants, or keep an eye on their home. These requests may start small, seemingly harmless, but they can snowball into more significant demands, leaving you feeling taken advantage of, even manipulated. Impact on your energy and well-being. Helping others can be incredibly fulfilling, especially when we feel a genuine bond with our neighbors. Yet when that connection becomes one-sided, when the giving is all on you and the receiving all on them, something shifts. This imbalance can drain you not just physically but emotionally. Over time, you may notice the subtle weight of accommodating their frequent requests, only to find that when you need even the smallest favor in return, they are conveniently unavailable. It's disheartening, especially if you're someone who values fairness and mutual respect. For older adults who may already have limited energy reserves or are managing their responsibilities, dealing with an interested neighbor's demands can be particularly exhausting. It's heartbreaking to realize that what you thought was a budding friendship is, in reality, a one-way street, leading to inevitable feelings of frustration or even resentment. Philosophy of fairness and assertiveness. Navigating a relationship with an interested neighbor requires a delicate balance of kindness and self-respect. It's essential to recognize the signs early on and set clear boundaries, ensuring that your generosity isn't mistaken for unlimited availability. If you notice that their interactions are mostly transactional, it's perfectly okay to be less available. When their requests become too frequent or unreasonable, politely but firmly decline. Don't feel the need to justify or over-explain. Your time and energy are valuable, and preserving them is a form of self-respect. A simple, "I'm not available to help this time," or suggesting an alternative that doesn't directly involve you, can make a powerful statement. By maintaining these boundaries, you create space for truly supportive relationships, where kindness flows both ways. And who knows? Perhaps the interested neighbor will come to realize that your help isn't a given, prompting them to reciprocate or seek assistance elsewhere. 3. The disruptive neighbor. The third type of neighbor you should be wary of is the disruptive neighbor, a presence that, whether consciously or not, disrupts the precious peace and harmony of the community. This individual's lifestyle or habits can create a constant ripple of disturbance that echoes throughout the neighborhood, impacting everyone. Picture someone who regularly hosts boisterous late-night parties, blasts loud music at odd hours, or neglects the upkeep of their property to the point where it brings down the shared aesthetic of the community. Perhaps they even litter common areas, leave their garbage scattered, block entrances, or worse, engage in activities that make others feel unsafe. These actions go beyond mere annoyance. They erode the fundamental sense of tranquility we all crave in our homes and affect not only you but the entire community around you. Impact on your peace and well-being. Living near a disruptive neighbor can take a surprisingly heavy toll on your mental and physical health, especially for those who cherish a calm, quiet environment. Persistent disturbances might seem manageable at first, but over time, the cumulative stress they cause can disrupt sleep, increase anxiety, and rob you of the comfort you should feel within your own home. Imagine settling down with a favorite book or enjoying a peaceful evening only to have it shattered by booming music, or returning to a litter-strewn garden that once brought you joy. These intrusions seep into your life, making you feel uneasy even in the sanctuary of your walls. For older adults who prioritize calm, such disturbances can be especially detrimental, sparking feelings of resentment and robbing daily life of its simple pleasures. This is more than an inconvenience. It's an infringement on the peace you deserve in your own home. A philosophy of diplomacy and self-control. Addressing issues with a disruptive neighbor is a delicate balancing act, often requiring a careful, diplomatic approach. Confronting the problem head-on can feel daunting, but a well-placed word or a considerate conversation can go a long way. When you decide to talk, approach with calm and kindness. Instead of attacking their actions, focus on explaining how their behavior impacts the community. You might gently say, "I wanted to bring up that the music at night can make it difficult for me to get enough rest," or "the common area means a lot to everyone, and it would be wonderful if we all kept it clean." This approach fosters understanding, showing that you're seeking cooperation rather than criticism. Many people are simply unaware of the impact they have and may be willing to adjust their behavior if approached in a respectful, understanding manner. If a direct conversation doesn't bring results, consider involving the neighborhood association or property manager for a more formal resolution. Sometimes, a little support from the community can make all the difference in situations that seem unchangeable. Protecting your peace and sanctuary. While it may be impossible to control the actions of others, you do have power over your environment and how you respond. Simple steps, such as installing soundproofing measures, creating a calm, personal space indoors, or planning relaxing getaways, can help buffer the effects of external disruptions. It's essential to remind yourself that your home is your sacred space, a place of refuge that should remain free from undue stress. Embrace a philosophy of boundaries and balance. Recognize that while neighborhood connections can enrich our lives, they require mutual respect and a healthy dose of personal boundaries. Sometimes, maintaining harmony means knowing when to take a respectful step back and prioritizing your peace over forced interactions. By thoughtfully managing these different types of neighbors, the gossipy intruder, the self-centered acquaintance, and the disruptive presence, you cultivate an environment where peace and well-being can flourish. Relationships with neighbors should add warmth and ease to life, not tension or stress. In the end, a bit of distance, coupled with clear boundaries, can foster friendliness without compromising your comfort. As the saying goes, good fences make good neighbors. A gentle reminder that setting boundaries helps nurture balanced, healthy relationships. Remember, your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to be a place of warmth, security, and tranquility. A space protected from unnecessary stress and filled with the serenity that every heart seeks. Part 2. 3 types of family members you should keep distance from. Family relationships are, without a doubt, some of the most profound connections we experience in life. They shape us, support us, and often define the essence of who we are. However, as comforting and nurturing as family bonds can be, not all family members bring the peace, joy, and support we long for. Some, despite the years of shared memories and the deep-rooted ties that bind, may bring more turmoil than tranquility. They can impose excessive demands on our time, energy, and resources, often leaving us emotionally drained and mentally exhausted. It can be especially challenging because the emotional ties we share with family make it difficult to recognize when these connections are harming rather than helping us. As we grow older, we start to understand the importance of preserving our inner peace and emotional health. We realize that a healthy, nurturing environment is essential, not just for our well-being but also for our ability to show up authentically for others. This phase of life invites us to assess the relationships around us carefully, identifying those that genuinely uplift us from those that consistently drain our spirit. While the decision to distance oneself from family members can be heart-wrenching, it is sometimes a necessary step towards safeguarding our own mental and emotional balance. After all, how can we offer love and support to others if we're constantly depleted ourselves? Here are 3 types of family members who may, with deep regret and thoughtful consideration, require a gentle yet conscious distance. Each of these relationships demands a unique approach, one rooted in self-respect, compassion, and the determination to preserve a sense of peace. 1. The borrower who doesn't repay. When it comes to family and finances, few things are more delicate than lending money. Financial interactions among family members can be fraught with unspoken expectations of trust, loyalty, and support. Yet, some family members misuse this trust, borrowing money with little or no intent to repay, seemingly indifferent to the sacrifice and goodwill extended to them. They may rely heavily on the familial bond, using it as a reason for leniency or even an excuse to evade repayment, fully aware that family members, especially older ones, often find it difficult to insist on getting their money back. This dynamic can feel disheartening and may create a heavy emotional burden, especially for those who are mindful of their financial stability and may be living on a fixed income. Watching hard-earned money go unpaid can feel like a silent betrayal, a breach of the trust that a family should represent. The painful impact on trust and financial security. The failure to repay a family loan doesn't just affect your wallet. It chips away at the emotional foundation of trust that relationships are built on. Money is a sensitive subject, and when it's lent and not returned, it can strain even the most cherished bonds. Imagine how devastating it feels to extend a helping hand, only to realize that your kindness has been taken for granted. This borrower, who neglects to repay, can leave you feeling manipulated and used, especially if they dodge the topic or continuously make excuses. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For older adults, many of whom rely on savings or a fixed income, every dollar counts. Unpaid debts can seriously threaten your sense of security, knowing that this is money you might need down the road. The psychological toll can be just as significant. It may lead you to question the sincerity of the family bond itself, wondering if the love and respect you hold dear are genuinely mutual or simply a means to an end for the other person. Philosophy of financial boundaries and caution. Creating financial boundaries within family relationships can feel awkward at first, as it may go against the natural impulse to offer help unconditionally. However, these boundaries are crucial for preserving not just financial stability but also the integrity of the relationship. Before lending, it's essential to consider the history. Has this person shown a sense of responsibility in handling money with others? Have they shown respect and gratitude in the past? If you decide to lend, treat it with the seriousness of a business arrangement. Establish clear terms and expectations from the beginning. While it may feel strange to apply such formality with family, it's often necessary to avoid misunderstandings and preserve mutual respect. There are other ways to support a family member in need that don't involve lending money directly. Perhaps you could help them find resources, offer budgeting advice, or connect them to financial assistance programs. Protecting your finances is more than just common sense. It's a form of self-respect. By setting boundaries, you communicate that your generosity has limits and that financial stability is a priority, especially as you age. Choosing not to lend doesn't mean you lack compassion. It simply shows that you prioritize the health of the relationship over the potential complications that money can bring. Ultimately, Safeguarding both your peace of mind and your financial future is a profound act of self-love. It allows you to be there for your family in ways that truly count, without compromising your well-being. 2. The selfish family member. Every family has its share of individuals who seem to view the family not as a source of mutual love and support, but as a convenient backdrop for their dramas and aspirations. These selfish members, rather than fostering unity and warmth, tend to drain the emotional resources of those around them. Often, they lack the empathy or willingness to consider others' needs and instead see family as a one-sided support system, there to uplift them whenever they're down, help them whenever they're in trouble, and praise them whenever they need validation. Conversations with them can feel overwhelmingly centered around their interests, challenges, or complaints, while they rarely take a moment to ask, "How are you?" Or "Is there anything you need?" For older adults or anyone seeking balanced, respectful family relationships, these dynamics can create deep frustration and emotional exhaustion. The impact on your emotional energy and mental health. Being the listener or helper for a selfish family member can feel like a never-ending task that chips away at your emotional reserves. Each interaction may leave you feeling worn out and drained of energy, rather than uplifted or understood. They might expect unwavering attention to their problems, often overlooking your life circumstances, struggles, or even the simple human need for reciprocal kindness. Over time, this imbalance can weigh heavily on your heart, creating an overwhelming sense of fatigue. For someone who values peace and calm, the presence of a self-centered family member can feel almost invasive, pushing you into a role of constant giving without receiving, and depriving you of the balance that nurturing family bonds should ideally bring. A philosophy of self-respect and reciprocity. When managing relationships with selfish family members, self-respect becomes your anchor. Recognizing your worth and needs allows you to set boundaries. Boundaries that may feel uncomfortable at first, but are essential for your well-being. Healthy relationships, especially within the family, are built on a foundation of reciprocity, where both people care for one another. It's okay to limit your availability to listen or offer assistance, and to communicate your own needs. Sometimes, a calm yet honest conversation can help open their eyes, encouraging them to understand the importance of showing consideration for others. If, however, they remain unwilling to acknowledge or adjust their behavior, consider limiting your interactions with them. Choosing to protect yourself is not a rejection of family. It's a decision to prioritize relationships that bring mutual respect, value, and joy into your life. By focusing your energy on connections that enhance your sense of peace and fulfillment, you create a family dynamic that nourishes your soul. Distancing yourself from those who take without giving doesn't diminish your love or loyalty. It amplifies your commitment to a family life grounded in respect, kindness, and a deep sense of harmony. 3. The lazy and dependent family member. In every family, there's a deep, unspoken commitment to lift one another through life struggles. Families often serve as a foundation of support, especially during times of hardship. But sometimes, a family member leans on this support too heavily, becoming reliant on others for much longer than anyone expected. This kind of family member, lazy and dependent, chooses to remain in their comfort zone, unwilling to take steps towards self-sufficiency. Rather than seeking a job, making better financial choices, or handling their responsibilities, they continuously depend on others. They may genuinely believe they need this support, but over time, their dependency can become a habit. It's a pattern that not only restricts their growth but can also put a significant burden on family members who are compassionate and willing to help, often stretching them to the limit. The emotional and financial strain. Supporting a dependent family member isn't just about money. It's about time, energy, and, eventually, peace of mind. When you're repeatedly covering bills, managing their expenses, or even offering a place to stay, it can feel like your own stability is slowly slipping away. Every dollar you spend or moment you spend worrying is a resource taken from your future, your dreams, and even your emotional well-being. For those who have carefully saved for a secure retirement or envisioned a peaceful lifestyle, having a dependent family member can disrupt those plans, bringing unexpected stress and even resentment. It's heartbreaking because, Deep down, we want to help those we love. But as time passes, the balance shifts and it can feel like they're not making any effort to move forward, taking your kindness for granted. Embracing empowerment and setting boundaries. As hard as it may seem, the most loving thing you can do for a dependent family member is to encourage them to become self-sufficient. True compassion doesn't mean offering unending support, but rather helping them realize their potential and encouraging them to take responsibility. Setting clear boundaries might seem difficult initially, but it's essential for their growth and your peace. When you outline what you're able to offer, whether it's temporary financial support, career advice, or even guidance toward community resources, they have the chance to grow, knowing they have the strength within them to make a change. Explain gently but firmly that while you're there in times of need, you expect them to take steps toward independence. Share guidance, suggest resources, and offer temporary help, but let them understand this is not a lifetime arrangement. By setting boundaries, you're not abandoning them. You're giving them the space and the encouragement to reach for a more fulfilling life. In doing so, you preserve your resources, nurture your peace of mind, and show them what true love means, an investment in their future rather than an indefinite handout. You empower them to build confidence and self-respect, knowing you've done what's best for both of you in the long run. Embracing distance for healthier family dynamics. Family relationships are precious, but maintaining harmony doesn't always require constant closeness. Sometimes, both emotional and physical distance are not only necessary but transformative, providing a sanctuary of peace and self-respect in our lives. In the complex web of family dynamics, it's an act of wisdom and courage to step back, choosing carefully who to allow into our inner world. By being intentional about which family members we open ourselves to, we make space for relationships that genuinely enrich us, those that bring warmth, mutual understanding, and unwavering support. In life, not every connection with family will be balanced or nurturing. When relationships become exhausting, one-sided, or even toxic, permitting yourself to distance yourself can be a powerful step towards self-preservation. This choice, while often difficult, is an act of profound self-respect. By setting boundaries that prioritize your peace, you embrace the freedom to protect your emotional health without guilt. You're saying, I value myself enough to surround myself with positive influences. By creating this space, you cultivate an environment where family bonds are balanced and truly supportive, offering authentic connection rather than obligation. This approach allows for a deeper appreciation of the relationships that do bring joy and fulfillment, nurturing connections that feed the soul. Remember, your well-being is not just important, it's invaluable. Respecting your needs sends a powerful message to others, showing them that we all have the right to prioritize peace and to seek relationships that contribute to a fulfilling, well-lived life. Ultimately, embracing distance when necessary is a heartfelt commitment to fostering a family environment that uplifts rather than drains, and honors rather than pressures. It is a path toward cultivating relationships that add beauty, strength, and real satisfaction, creating a life rich with connections that bring you peace and joy. Part 3. Protecting your peace by cultivating conscious boundaries. As we journey through life, especially in our later years, we recognize the profound value of inner peace. Living peacefully, even in the face of challenging neighbors, becomes an essential element of preserving our mental and emotional well-being. It's a deeply personal pursuit that involves awareness, patience, and a conscious commitment to setting boundaries. After all, while we can't control the personalities or behaviors of those around us, we can certainly choose how we respond. With careful consideration, we can protect our peace, nurture our energy, and build a balanced, fulfilling life within our community. Here are some heartfelt strategies to manage interactions with neighbors who may be intrusive, self-centered, or disruptive, all without sacrificing your tranquility. Establish clear boundaries from the start. The power of setting boundaries early cannot be overstated. When meeting new neighbors, a warm smile and friendly approach go a long way, but it's equally crucial to hold back on oversharing. There's no need to disclose private details to neighbors, especially those who seem overly curious or prone to intrusiveness. A gentle response like, "Oh, I prefer to keep that private, can be both courteous and firm, letting them know that your life is a sacred space. Setting these boundaries right away helps prevent misunderstandings and reinforces that your peace and privacy are precious. Practice selective engagement. It can be draining to engage with neighbors who continually seek favors or lean heavily on others' kindness. Selective engagement is a gentle yet powerful way to protect your time and energy. Saying yes only when it genuinely aligns with your heart can empower you to stay kind without feeling overextended. If a request feels burdensome, there's strength in a direct but polite, "I can't help with that right now." You're allowed to protect your time and energy, and asserting your limits in this way ensures your kindness isn't mistaken for endless availability. Address disruptive behavior calmly. Handling disruptive neighbors requires a delicate balance between assertiveness and diplomacy. When noise or other issues arise, initiating a calm, friendly conversation can set the stage for a positive response. Approach them with respect, focusing on how the behavior affects your shared environment. A gentle comment like, "I've noticed the noise levels have been quite high. It's been a bit hard on my evenings," can communicate your feelings without blame. Should the disruptions continue, remember there are resources like neighborhood associations or local councils that can provide additional support. Sometimes, finding constructive solutions as a community strengthens the bonds we share, even if those bonds are occasionally tested. Create personal sanctuary spaces. There may be times when, despite your best efforts, some neighbors remain unchangeable forces. In these cases, reclaiming your sanctuary within your home can be a transformative act of self-care. Soundproofing a space, designating a quiet area for reflection, or even investing in noise-canceling devices can restore a sense of control over your environment. These small changes help you feel that your home remains a haven, a place where your peace remains undisturbed, no matter what's happening outside. Embrace the power of distance. Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the grace of distance. We don't need close, personal relationships with every neighbor. Friendly waves, a warm smile, and light greetings can create a cordial, respectful environment without demanding much of your emotional energy. By maintaining a comfortable distance, you protect your inner peace and set the stage for positive interactions that are simple and satisfying. This respectful space reminds you, and your neighbors, that your peace is not only valuable but deserves gentle protection. In the end, navigating life alongside challenging neighbors can be a lesson in self-respect and resilience. By choosing to protect your well-being and embrace boundaries with compassion, you are not only preserving your peace but also enriching your journey toward a balanced and harmonious life. Part 4. Embracing solitude and finding inner peace. As we journey through the years, life gradually invites us to pause, look inward, and reconnect with the quiet depths of our souls. Aging offers a rare and beautiful opportunity to discover satisfaction within, a chance to learn the art of being joyfully at peace in our own company. Embracing solitude isn't simply about being alone. It's about cultivating a profound inner calm and self-acceptance at a time when family bonds may shift and social circles might fade. Finding joy in solitude becomes a transformative experience, reshaping how we perceive the world around us and how we relate to ourselves. This quiet journey inward is a powerful shift, a call to seek happiness and clarity from within, rather than relying on external relationships or events to feel complete. In many ways, this path of self-discovery is liberating. It opens doors to a balanced, grounded existence that is truly fulfilling. Learning to genuinely enjoy our own company begins with a gentle, yet significant, shift in perspective. Many of us are raised to believe that happiness and fulfillment primarily spring from our relationships, achievements, or material comforts. While these aspects do enrich our lives, they are also temporary and vulnerable to change. Solitude offers something enduring, a peaceful space where we can connect with our true selves on a deeper level. By finding tranquility within, we free ourselves from the exhausting need for external approval and start experiencing life with a profound sense of calm and clarity. Solitude allows us to nurture a relationship with ourselves that can become an unwavering source of satisfaction. As we embrace the inevitable changes of aging, we discover that this inner peace becomes a stabilizing force, one we can lean on as we navigate life's unfolding seasons. Mindfulness is one beautiful way to foster this inner harmony. It doesn't require complex techniques or strict routines. It can begin with something as simple as focusing on our breath or noticing the sounds and sights around us. Engaging in daily meditation, even if it's just for a few quiet minutes, can bring a calm that softens the edges of our worries. Meditation invites us to step back from the whirlwind of thoughts, letting go of the endless mental chatter that so often clouds our sense of self. With regular practice, meditation helps us observe our thoughts without judgment, leading us to a place of inner stability and balance. Over time, this gentle habit can anchor us in lasting peace, helping us remain centered regardless of the ups and downs of life. Journaling, too, is a nourishing self-care practice that can lead us toward inner peace. Writing down our thoughts and feelings provides a safe outlet for processing emotions and fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves. Journaling doesn't need to be a grand exercise. It can be as simple as jotting down a few thoughts about our day or diving deeper into our reflections. It's a space where we can explore our dreams, acknowledge our fears, and celebrate our little victories. Over time, these reflections can reveal valuable patterns and insights, shedding light on what truly matters to us. This practice of self-reflection nurtures acceptance and clarity, allowing us to feel at ease in our own company and appreciate who we are becoming. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For those who find peace in practical tasks, gardening can be a wonderfully fulfilling way to embrace solitude. Whether it's a garden full of blooming flowers or a few humble pots on a windowsill, tending to plants allows us to connect with nature and enjoy a rhythm that's both soothing and rewarding. There's a quiet joy in nurturing life, in watching plants grow and blossom without needing anyone else's validation. Gardening teaches us patience, encourages us to savor small, beautiful moments, and offers daily reminders of life's cycles. Not only does this activity keep us physically engaged, but it also enriches our spirit, grounding us in the present moment with every leaf and petal. These practices, meditation, journaling, and gardening, are not mere pastimes. They are doorways to a deeper connection with ourselves. When we dedicate time to self-care, we begin to build an inner sanctuary, a place of refuge to retreat to when life feels overwhelming. This sanctuary strengthens us, helping us face life's challenges with greater grace and resilience. Instead of feeling lonely or isolated, we begin to value solitude as an opportunity to recharge and reconnect with our inner strength. Ultimately, learning to cherish our own company and finding peace in solitude is a gift we give ourselves. It's a way of honoring who we are and respecting what we need to feel whole. Through mindfulness and self-care, we open ourselves to a level of happiness that stands independently of external circumstances. This self-sustaining joy allows us to engage with others from a place of fullness, enriching our relationships even more. Embracing solitude and inner peace thus becomes not only a personal journey but a foundation for living an authentic, purposeful life where every moment is savored, and every experience is imbued with the strength of our inner connection. So as you walk along this path, remember that solitude isn't an emptiness to avoid but a space to fill with your light. Through gentle practices and self-nurturing habits, you can create an inner world rich with peace, joy, and meaning. This journey to inner fulfillment empowers you to move through life with a profound sense of freedom and wholeness, a completeness that no one else can provide. Embrace the beauty of your own company and discover a wellspring of happiness that time itself cannot diminish. As we close, take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored about finding peace and fulfillment in solitude. What stood out to you most? Have you gained any new insights about embracing solitude and building inner peace? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to bring into your own life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and here's to finding joy in the beautiful journey within.